So now we're going to be doing the 1.4 geometry periodic course practice quiz. Let's start. First question looks really easy. You know that in the property of length of segments of two intersecting chords just says that this times this is equal to this times this. So 6 times 6 equals 9 times x, or 9x. This is 36 equals, this is 6, equals 9x, x equals 4. That's it. This quiz is really easy. It's one of the exams that is practically just 3 marks in our periodics. So yeah. Okay, let's move on. This one. We know that when there's a tangent and there's a line like this, 10 multiplied, or like this part multiplied by the whole, like so, wait. So the pink part, so pink part multiplied by blue part, or that's wrong place to put it, by blue part is equal to the square root of this. So let's see what I mean. So it's 10 times 10 plus 30, which is 40. So the whole thing, so it's small part times the whole thing equals x squared. So this is 400 equals x squared. Get rid of the square by radical. X equals 20. That is it. And guys, please memorize like a few of your roots, or like common square roots, the ones you see in the quiz, because we're not allowed calculators in the exam. Calculators are not allowed. It was very, very clearly specified. Let's move on. Okay, so this is exactly like the last one, but when it's not a tangent line, it's just this multiplied by the whole thing is equal to this multiplied by this whole thing. So it's 10 times 10 plus 12, which is 22, equals 11 times, I'm going to do times as a dot, 11 plus x. So what you do here is 220 equals 11 times 11 plus x. So then you divide by 11 on both sides. Divide by 11. 11 is going to go with 11. 220 divided by 11 is 220. Yeah, it's 20. It's 20. So 20 equals 11 plus x. X equals 9. That's it for this question. So yeah, again, when you have a question like this part times this part equals this part times this part. So yeah. Okay, now this is statements and reasons. So for the statements and reasons, there's only like one you should memorize, or like one, not really one, but still. So let's look at our pictures. SB and SA are tangents. This is given to us. So given. SB squared equals SC times SI. So we said that this is because of the tangent. So is SC times CI. And this reason being the product of the lengths of the secant and its external segment is equal to the square of the tangent. Now from the options here, you know that you need to prove SB equals to SA. So we started with SB, now we need to go on to why SA is this. So you need to choose the one that starts with SA squared. So SA squared equals SC times CI. This is because the product of the lengths of the secant and its external segment is equal to the square of the tangent. Same reason. So now you could cancel out SC with SI and times SI with SC times SI. you're gonna be left with this. This is substitution, and then you cancel out the square root because, yeah, the length of a segment is a positive number. Now, next question. Okay, so this question, they added a little thing to trick us, which is this. This is absolutely useless because you're trying to look for DL. We know that 4 times 4 plus DL, I'm gonna call DL x, this is times, not x, equals 12 squared, which is 144. So 144 divided by 4, I'm gonna really quickly do it on my calculator, even though we're not allowed them in the exam, but still, it's 36. So 4x equals 36. Sorry, it's 4 plus x, by the way. Yeah, sorry. It's 4 plus x equals 36. So 4 plus x equals 36. X equals 32. It's the sum of it, not the multiplying by it, sorry. So 4 times the sum, or which is 4 times like the plus the big thing, or this part, and it's gonna be 32 in the end. Okay, so here, let's draw on it. SU is 30, so this whole thing is 30. SV, 10. ST, the whole thing, is 20. And SR is x. Now let's use them and find out. So x times the whole thing, which is 20. So practically just 20x equals 10 times 30, which is 300. When you do the simplification, you're gonna get it equal to 15. That is practically just it. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, for this one, it's not that hard. What we need to know is this is 10, whole thing is 80, and here you have x and here you have x. So practically what it means is that 10 times 80, which is 800, equals to x times x plus x, which is 2x. Now, you know we could simplify this as 2x squared equals 800. Remove 2 from both sides, you're going to be left with x squared equals 400, which means x is going to equal to 20 when you do the calculation. So that is just it for this question. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, there's 2 parts here. Let's see. So we know that y times 8 gives us 6 times 4. Let's do it. Y times 8 equals 6 times 4. So it's 24 equals y times 8. Y equals 3. And that is it. That's how you find it. Now let's move on to the next one. So, okay, now we have this one. This has a bit of a trick, but it's easy when you focus. So it's 2 times 18, which is, I'm just going to write it straight away, 36, equals y times y minus 9. So 36 equals y squared minus 9y. Now this, we can make it into a quadratic formula, which is y squared minus 9y minus 36 equals 0. This is a really important step, so now we could factor it out. Y minus 3 and it's y plus 3, y minus 12 equals 0. Now this here is a length. You know length can never be negative. So y cannot be negative 3 because the length cannot be negative 3. So you're left with y equal 12. That is it. So usually if we're solving normally, y could equal negative 3 or could equal negative 3 or 12. But since this is a length, it cannot be negative, so it's only 12. So yeah. Okay. So this question, it's simple. It's just again 5 times 8 equals 10 times x. So 5 times 8, which is 40, equals 10x. X equals 4. And that's done. Now, next question. Only 2 questions left. 3 questions left. Okay. I'm telling you SW is 8. ST, the whole thing, 12. SV, 6. What's SR? So 8 times 12 equals 6 times SR. So this is 96 equals 6 SR. 96 divided by 6 should be 16. Let me just check. And it is 16. So SR equals 16. And we're done. Now, next question. For this question, it's just so 8 times 8 plus 24, so 8 times 32 equals x squared. This is gonna give you 265, I think, but let me check. 8 times 32 is 256. So I was close. Equals x squared, and square root x equals 16. Memorize this number because they might bring it in the exam, and no calculators, like I said. So yeah. Now on to the last question. Now this one we need to do 4 times 10 equals 5 times 5 plus x. So 4 times 10 equals 5 times 5 plus x. So it's 40 equals 5 times 5 plus x. 8 equals, wait, it's not 5 plus x though. 4 times, sorry, it's 6 times 4. Yeah, I was confused. So 6 times 10 gives you 60. Now here you have 12 equals 5 plus x. So x equals 7. And that's how you get this question's answer. And yeah, I think we're done for this quiz. And now that's all of chapter 1. I hope you understood everything. Bye.